They say there's like all these self-defense laws, but at the end of the day, I forget what the list was. There were like 10 conditions.
Hold on, Mr. Robert. Let me just get the list and let me read what I'm allowed to do to you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, 2 minutes. Let me read it.
Let me get my pillow out. I think that's the only thing I can defend myself with.
Oh, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's crazy.
Not like that, dude. He's confident as a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a confident guy, man.
On top of that, though, like, I'm sorry, Dana, but I'm gonna illegally stream these things.
Yeah, might as well.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spro Talk episode 3. You're here with your hosts, James, Massimo, and Will. Today, we're here to talk about an honorable and very well-respected man. The world unfortunately lost Judge Frank Caprio.
We hope you guys enjoy the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, he was a judge for, I believe, 37 years in Rhode Island, Providence, New York, and we didn't. I've seen clips of him, but I didn't know too much about him before we did the research on him, and what we found was just really inspiring. So we just wanted to share that with everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting man, from what I learned, and I'm really excited to talk about this today.
We basically found out that he came from a low-income family, and it was actually so bad that they basically had a cold water flat, which means like they didn't have any hot water running in their apartment. His dad had very low-income jobs. He was a fruit peddler and a milk delivery driver.
That's right.
And yeah, so like basically this is where his values came from. Like he was able to like be compassionate towards lower-income families, and like you could see that later on when we're going to talk about some examples of what he did in the courtroom. You can really see his compassion shining through, and I think his dad taught him a lot of those values.
Yeah, Matt's interesting point there. I like the fact that you said that he was from a cold water flat. Yeah, man. He said there was no warmth in the house, and the way that they kept warm was from the love inside their household.
Mm-hmm.
I found that really, really interesting. And he said they didn't need thick blankets. Like that's got a lot of significant meaning.
Yeah. And I remember he was even talking about how they used to like their bonding was around the dinner table. You know, like I feel like that's like a really big thing for Italians. Like they're always bonding over food. So it was pretty cool how like you can see him really emphasizing his family unit.
It's like the love language of a family.
Yeah, for sure. And even like they ended up wasn't there times where they were sitting in front of like a stove or something to get the heat.
Yeah, they're in front of a pot belly.
Yeah. It was basically like kind of like a fireplace, but yeah. It was like
the dad would just share life stories with his kids. Yeah,
and that's that's where the warmth came from for sure.
That's bold. Wow, that's big. I also was reading something about how he would go deliver milk when he was doing that job, and he had the same route, and he would see the same families, right? So he got to know them, I guess, a little bit. Yeah. And when a family didn't have funds to pay for that milk that week, and he saw they had children and small kids and things like that, he would say, you know what, here, take the milk this week and get me back next week, right? And he would still give it to them, and he wouldn't keep it away from him. That's big for me.
Yeah, I think there was actually, I think I was reading about that too, and there was actually like a rule at the company that said like don't give milk to families if they can't pay or whatever, right?
Yeah, of course, business, right? Yeah. But he'd be the type of guy that he was. He's seen that, and he said, no, I can't let those kids go without milk this week. He's like, I see them every week, and I got to know them now, and that's not the kind of guy that I am. That's what I read from that. That's what I got from that.
Yeah, and like that's where his family came from. Like they're that low income family that might not be able to afford milk one week, so
which
like,
makes this even more powerful. Sorry to cut you off. Makes it even more powerful. It's like, wow, he's doing very low, and he sees these people are doing even lower than he is. Yeah, and he's giving back to them. He's got nothing for his family, but he's saying, I'm going to give to these guys.
And I think he was paying for it at one point too, right?
Yeah, some of that was out of his own pocket. Yeah,
he was subsidizing it out of his own pay.
Yeah. That's like
he'd pay for it, and he'd tell his boss, he's like, the family's making arrangements to pay for this.
Yeah. So once we like get into the career of the judge, like you'll really see like this is his father is the main reason that he's so compassionate and loving towards even people that are breaking the law technically, right? So
honestly, and before reading into Frank Caprio, we thought Frank Caprio was an amazing man. Like his dad was something else, man. His dad was literally an angel on earth.
Yeah, that was his biggest role model was his father. Sure. Actually, his biggest role model was his father. It's literally who he lives by. Everything, a lot of things that he does, if you read upon it, he says, because my father said this, so I did that. My father said to live life like this, so that's what I did. He's basically living through his father, and he enjoys it as well. So
and I think that actually like leads to a really good story. So I think it was his first day in court. He was trying to like show his authority on the stand. So he was giving someone the max penalty or something, like they making them pay the full fine or maybe even more, I forget. And then, you know, after court, he went up to his dad, like all happy, whatever. He was like,
Proud, yeah.
he was like, yeah, like look what I just did. And then his dad said, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "This is not what we do. Like we're not that type of people. That woman had kids to feed. Like how are you just gonna take away her money or make her pay for the fine when now she might not even feed her kid? She might not even be able to feed her kids."
Yeah,
right?
and he just looked back at that.
Yeah, and then I think that's what basically turned him into the judge that he was throughout the rest of his career.
I think you said what he vowed to be
Just like a
kinder.
compassionate, and even so much so that like by the end of his career, they called him the nicest judge in the world, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So like that's pretty.
That was his
inspiring.
nickname. That was his actual nickname.
Yeah,
Nicest
like he was
judge.
given that nickname. Yeah, and
That's amazing.
yeah, and then there were even like a lot of examples in his courtroom that we wanted to go over, and one that stood out to me particularly was the one of the like there was an army veteran. I think he was 100 years old at the time that he went to the court. And
that's right. Yeah.
yeah, and then I think he went through a red light camera, and the judge was asking him about his history. You know, like, oh, you were in the army. Where did you serve? What did you do? Whatever. Where did you end off? And then by the end of it, they basically ended up showing the video of him going right through the red light. And the judge looks at it. He's like, "Well, I think that was pretty close."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like that's just like crazy because like he's clearly going.
Clearly.
Through the
I
red
remember
light.
I watched it. Yeah.
But because of all the service that this guy did for the country, and you know
He like totally disregarded it.
yeah, he wanted to pay respect to someone that's like a stand-up person
I
like
think
that,
he even
right?
said to him, he's like, "You've done so much for this country." He's like,
Yeah, and
he did.
and,
You're
and
forgiven.
on top of that, the fact that this guy was 100 years old, showing up to court, suit and tie.
That was one of the biggest things I
Like,
thought.
like some people would complain about that. This guy's showing up there, no problems. You know, he's just like ready to take
Ready to
whatever
serve.
happens to
Ready to
whatever
serve.
happens to him. He was gonna take it. It's not like he was gonna complain if he got charged.
he was there to take it.
So I don't know. It's like that was one of the very inspirational stories.
Yeah.
yeah. I even like the one with the 96-year-old man.
That's a good one. That's a
That
good
older
one for sure.
gentleman. He was sharp. He was really sharp, sharp man. And he had a son that was like 63 years old.
Yep.
And he was sick. I think he was suffering from cancer. He had another issue as well, another health issue as well. On top of that, and he told the judge, he told Frank Caprio, he's like, yeah, I'm not driving often. He's like, I drive when I need to, and he kind of said that a few times. He's like, I drive when I need to, and the guy's like, you're an honorable man, you're a good man. He's
Yeah,
like,
he was driving his son to the cancer appointments, right?
appointments,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was caught speeding in a
Speeding,
school.
yeah,
I
he was
wasn't driving
speeding.
fast. He's like, I drive slow and I only drive when I need to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And Frank, he really honored that. He's like, wow. He's like, you're driving. You're 96 years old. You're bringing your son to cancer.
Yeah, I think he even made a joke. He's like, you're making me look bad. You're making me look bad in front of my son. His son was actually
Yeah,
in the
he was
corner
there,
sitting
right?
down.
Yeah,
I
you're
remember
right,
that.
you're right.
Yeah, that's funny. And even like I think I read something that he actually ended up celebrating the guy's 100th birthday with him after.
He did. I seen that.
Yeah,
I did see that.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
so-
amazing. Wow.
Like
Yeah.
the fact that he actually he reached out to one of his court cases to go celebrate his 100th birthday with him. Like if that's not inspiring, like I don't know.
Yeah, you'll never hear of a judge doing that.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like that.
You know
Yeah.
what, dude? That video, that particular video there, I saw it after he died. I think the same day was just one of the clips that was like trending online.
Yeah.
Like, dude, honestly, that video, I've seen it before, but the second time seeing it, like, dude, I almost started crying. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, I just saw the man's emotions. Like when he said, "You're an honorable man," you could see the old man was like getting
Yeah, he was
very
touched.
emotional.
Yeah, he was really
sure.
touched.
It
by
hit,
that.
hit a soft spot for sure.
100%. Yeah, there was a couple other stories, some really big ones too that stood out. I don't remember them all by heart, but there
I
was
remember another one actually. It was with a mother that lost her son the previous year,
okay.
and yeah, she ended up getting like a lot of parking tickets. I think she had like 4. She had no luck, and I think she was running in a store or something to get some money or something.
Just unlucky.
I think it was from the hospital too, right? When she was visiting her son, that's where the parking tickets came from.
I don't
think
I
it
don't
was.
remember,
I'm
but
pretty sure it was.
yeah, she went inside of a store quick, and then when she came out, she got another $100 ticket.
Wow.
He waived. I think it was 400. Was it $400?
Yeah, I remember that number.
Yeah,
Yep.
he waived the entire thing.
Yeah.
Dismissed the entire.
Yeah, because he saw like she was getting emotional about her son
he's
passing.
he's like, you went through a lot, ma'am. He's like, that's it.
And then it's cool because like there were some funny moments as well. Like what was the one? I forget what the exact story was, but there was a kid that said, "Oh yeah, my mom should get 5 years jail time or whatever." 5
Yeah, it
months.
was like a speeding
yeah.
ticket,
Or
and
something.
he goes, he said he asked the son or the daughter, the kid, the young kid, oh, what does your mother deserve? Something like along those lines. And
Yeah.
he goes, oh, 5 days in jail, and he laughed and dismissed the case.
Yeah.
That might be the video actually where he's like, Frank Caprio's like, he was just saying a bunch of things. The kid said yes to everything, and then after one of his the guys in the courtroom that work with him, he's like, yeah, I need a pay raise, and then Frank Caprio's like to the kid, say no, and the kid says no.
Yeah.
That might be the same video. I'm not
Yeah,
100%
He
sure.
had fun in his courtrooms too. You know,
Yeah.
I know court's a serious place, and you got to be a certain way, but and I feel like his was a little bit different, and it made people a little more comfortable that way.
Yeah.
And of course, he's in there to do his job. I'm sure there's wrongful people in there too that maybe deserve some stuff, right?
Yeah, and no videos come from it.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like he related himself to a lot of these people, and that's what made him judge the way he judged, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I like about him, and that's what I remember of him.
Yeah.
One thing about that guy, he had a really good sixth sense of telling if somebody was lying. He can read you. Like he knew if somebody was truly honest.
Yeah.
Like he knew a genuine smile. Like he like
Yeah,
I
there's
seen
actually an example of
there's
that.
a video. Yeah, I even saw another video. I think this is not something that like we were talking about videos earlier, but this is something that I was watching the other night, and there was this girl. She said that I was partying. She had one ticket, and then she ended up getting another ticket from partying the night before. She's like, yeah, I just passed my my exam, or I got some sort of achievement.
Yeah.
And she went out with her friend. She went to a club. It was like 4 a.m. She got another ticket, and like she was so honest and like just like. It was just like it was so innocent. He's like, come on. He's like, we've all like kind of
Yeah, we all did that. Yeah, we all been there, did that.
Like,
We're
look
all
at that
young.
smile. And then he
Yeah.
just
No,
threw it
that
out.
wasn't. That
Oh,
was the
it
same one.
That was a different one.
Yeah, it was a different one. But yeah, same thing. You just kind of threw it out.
Yeah,
He's like, this girl's doing well for herself. She's trying. She's
I
trying
wonder
to
if there's any criticisms about him. I didn't really look into this too much, but like about him throwing stuff out too easily.
There could be. I was thinking about that too. There could be the sense where like, okay, oh look, that 100-year-old, he really went through a red light. He could have hurt somebody. He could have that, right? But I mean, stuff happens. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying who's innocent and who's not.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Things happen all the time. People make mistakes, and sometimes you might even do something. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, I really didn't mean to do that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I
yeah.
wish I could go back and fix that because that was a literal mistake. That's what
Yeah,
a mistake
that's
is, right?
true.
But so I can see the controversy there, but. I think he's doing it for the best. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
I
like he really like judges that person and says, this person didn't deserve that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
That's how I take it.
Like
anyways.
at the end of the day, ultimately, he's just trying to be forgiving and show compassion. Some people don't mean it. Maybe some people did get off and they do it a lot.
Of course.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure if he's
hopefully-
seen like the record of you
Yeah.
had 20 tickets
Yeah.
here, like come on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he would take a different approach, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I feel like he would look at a person. Oh, it's their first time in court. He's 100 years old. He's a veteran. Oh, look at this lady has kids. Like
Yeah.
relating himself to it a little bit too, right? Families and stuff like that.
Yeah, and on top of that, like if people haven't seen the video, like they should just go watch some. Clips,
Yeah,
'cause
100%. Go watch.
It's pretty inspirational, and it could put you in a good mood if you're having a bad day or something. So
And he's been shooting these videos for like a number of years. It took a
Years,
while
yeah,
to get
years.
actual airtime.
yeah. Like they had a TV show. When did it start again? I forget. I think it was like 02 or something.
Or maybe 02,
Caught in Providence, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been going for years. Yeah. like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said.
it's gotten billions of views.
Yeah, and it actually blew up when like a bigger TV network
Yeah,
started
yeah, it makes
distributing
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, in 2023, I believe he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and he didn't last too much longer. In August, he passed away,
Yeah, he
right?
finished treatment in I
Beginning
think,
of August.
2024, and then in 2025,
Yeah.
just recently he died.
Yeah.
And he's even done some great things, like he was helping the youth at risk or whatever.
In Providence, I think.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
see that with
yeah.
a couple schools. He was helping out, and
He
Supported
has a,
some food banks.
scholarship after his dad, and I forget what school it was,
He
but
named something after his
yeah, I
dad,
think it was
that's
the
right.
law school that he went to, Suffolk Law School or something like that.
Another thing I actually wanted to mention about him, I remember he was he couldn't afford law school actually because like we said he had a very poor family.
yeah, tough upbringing. Yeah.
So he was driving 50 miles all the way to Boston
Wow.
After work, I believe.
after work. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
at the time he was
Yeah.
a teacher because he was educated, I think, prior to that. But
Yep.
I guess he didn't have the funds to actually go to law school. So he was doing like a night course. I don't know, maybe that I don't know the cost behind it by going at night, but anyways, that's something that he was doing, man. Like he was very passionate about it. He
That's
wanted
passionate.
education.
50 miles every night.
And he spoke a lot
That's
about
passionate.
education. He said that education, it's a good thing. Like everyone needs education.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He said I think it was a key to success. I think his dad
the
used
key
to
to
tell him
success.
that.
That, he
Yeah.
got that quote from his dad, actually.
Actually, yeah,
His
that's
dad
something
would
his
always
dad
tell
said to him at
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
It's like what every father says. Like, yeah, go to school.
Go to
You're
school, stay in
gonna be
school.
like me, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
you're
It was
gonna
funny
work with your hands.
because he saw like, oh, you're gonna be like me while he was actually on the job with him. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
delivering milk with him. You're gonna be like
Taking
me
him at 4
one
in the
day.
morning.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
I'll just get,
Yeah.
so I guess he probably actually put that into perspective. Like, okay, look, do I want to do this
Mm-hmm.
every day? You know. So he stayed. I guess he went to school and did something better.
Yeah, and he got recognized for it.
While he was here, I think he did a very big served a very big purpose, and I think he made a big impact on a lot of people. And you know, I think he's gonna always be remembered by a lot of people.
He was a good man. He was a good man for sure.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Frank Caprio.
Yeah, 100%. Rest in peace.
Yeah, so I think this is a pretty good point to transition into something else that we wanted to cover. You know, some things have been going on in, I think specifically like Ontario, probably pretty much Greater Toronto area that not are making people feel like not very safe where they live, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think with all like the recent break-ins that we're gonna get into, it's kind of scary living here. Like I don't know if it's worse if you're a higher income family and it's obvious that you are. Then I feel like those places are being targeted a bit more. But then again, one of the stories that we're gonna talk about, it wasn't really the case. So, yeah, there was an example of a break-in in Lindsay, Ontario. And basically what happened was the guy broke into his house. It was a 41-year-old man. He broke into a 44-year-old's house that he was actually a tenant at, so it wasn't even his own property. And he was armed with a knife. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. Someone comes into your house at 3 a.m. in the morning, you're going to do anything you can to defend yourself,
Yeah,
right?
armed or not, if someone's trying to get into your house,
Like,
there's something going on there.
at the end of the day, I don't care what it is. I'm going to do whatever I can. Like, whatever's there, I'm grabbing it and I'm using it as a weapon.
The
Like,
law doesn't exist at that point.
yeah, like you're coming into my house at 3 a.m. What can you possibly be coming to do?
Yeah.
You're either coming to hurt me, rob me, maybe kill me. Who knows? There's crazy people in the world.
Yeah,
Like,
so many.
you don't
stories
know what they're
nowadays.
doing.
There's no risk. There's no risk to be taken there. Like, and I think everybody. I would say 9 out of 10 people are gonna say the same thing that we're saying, right? Somebody enters your house. You know you're at war potentially. Like you're fighting for your life, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit back and say, "Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my crib." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You're
going
gonna pick up the first object you see, something
100%.
that can hurt that person, and get them away.
Yeah, you're gonna say you're gonna try to back them out, get them out somehow. You're not gonna be thinking straight. You know, I think it's gonna come as a shock. That's what I would, in my opinion, that's what I would say. And you're just gonna react, and you're probably gonna go nuts, right?
at that point, it's just like survival instincts and
Survival
like,
instincts.
like
Your adrenaline's popping. You don't know what's going on.
And for this 44-year-old man, it basically was survival instincts. He literally got like a crossbow and shot at the guy that broke into his house.
I don't blame him.
Nearly killed him.
Yeah,
I don't
he was
blame him
rushed
at
to a
all.
trauma center, the 41-year-old. And like, yeah, it's just been creating chaos on the internet. Like Doug Ford's been talking about it. I think Pierre Poilievre mentioned something about it.
Yeah, he's been talking. It's a lot of issues lately.
I think in
Yeah.
the past few years, especially, it's been like crazy. It's been ongoing, and you just hear it so regularly. Like, oh, break it, enter, break it, enter, break it, enter, break it, enter. Like, where we living here, you know, Canada's not supposed to be a place like that, right? So I think it's gone way out of control. I think the people breaking in have more rights than the people who own the house, which is a
exactly.
big problem here. So I think that has to be definitely adjusted, and I think everyone agrees with that. We got Doug Ford on there. He's talking about it. He's saying that he wants to bring back, or sorry, I don't know if we've ever even had it. He wants to bring in castle law. He wants to talk to the federal government about it, and he wants to make a change. And you know what? I hope he really does talk to them and really try to make a push for this, because everyone deserves to defend their property and especially their family, right? So I don't think anybody should be able to sit back and just let somebody walk into their home.
Yeah, and especially like I said, like when you don't know what they're gonna do to you, like you
Yeah.
literally have no idea what they're gonna do. It could be a deranged person that's coming into your house.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't know if they're just
don't know
coming,
who's
like you
gonna
said,
come.
coming to kill you. So you don't know.
Yeah, they say there's like all these self-defense laws, but at the end of the day, I forget what the list was. There were like
Yeah,
10,
hold on,
10
hold
conditions.
on, Mr. Robert. Let me just get the list and let me
Yeah.
read what I'm allowed to do to you.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, 2 minutes. Let me read it.
Let me get my pillow.
Yeah,
out. I think that's the only thing I can defend myself
Yeah.
with.
Oh, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's crazy.
I think we should talk about the
so,
most recent one in Vaughan, man.
Yeah, and then
pretty
I
insane.
think you have like the opposite case of this story. So like that guy defended himself way too hard. This other guy, unfortunately, in Vaughan, Ontario, I don't remember how old the guy was, but it was basically like three masked men went into his house, took his daughter at gunpoint, locked the son in a room.
Yeah.
The wife was trying to escape. Like, they don't know what to do. And basically what happened was the dad tried to defend his kids, and he ends up getting shot and killed in front of his kids.
Terrible.
And not only did he
Terrible.
get shot once, he got shot twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know?
terrible.
Mm-hmm. And imagine now what trauma those kids have to live through.
Yeah, that's disgusting. You know, like there's what do you even say about that? That's you should we live in a place where you should be able to feel safe in your house, right? You shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to be talking about things like this. In my opinion, this is just it's gone way out of control. And I think now the only thing this is gonna get, the only way this is gonna get better is if the government steps into this, right? And I think they have to now. There's it's gone way too far. It's out of control.
And it's pretty interesting that like literally within what was it, a month maybe, we have like the two extremes of this like castle law case, right? Yeah. We have the one where someone is defending themselves or is able. They basically used castle law to defend their home.
And he defended himself. He shot the guy with a crossbow.
Yeah.
He defended his property.
Yeah, and then we
you
have
got
the
another
opposite
one.
case.
Yeah, the opposite, trying to protect himself.
Yeah,
and gets
his kids
shot at. Yeah,
yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're like, I'm not even a father, and I couldn't even imagine what if someone was pointing a gun at my kids, what I would do. Like, you at that point, you're just reacting. You're not thinking.
Yeah, there's no thought.
Like there's
you're in
no
shock.
way.
Your body's adrenaline's pumping. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And what was the police chief saying? Was it the York region?
Yeah, the York Regional Police. He was like,
Comply.
oh yeah, the best thing you could do is comply.
No.
Like, a guy's pointing a gun at your kid's head. You're like,
How do you act?
unless you're a very calm person and you know how to get out of that situation. You literally have to have police training for that.
That's what I mean. Adrenaline kicks in. To just go out there and say comply with them, be calm, stay safe. You don't know the feeling. No, none of it. Like, you don't know the feeling. Somebody kicking through your door, right? Rushing into your house. You have kids inside the house. How do you expect somebody to comply? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the craziest part about this was the offender in Lindsay, Ontario. He was out on bail. He already offended.
I think you violated his probation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. He did. See, that's a whole other topic now too. Yeah.
And I guarantee you, these three guys that broke into that house in Vaughan, I guarantee you it was the same thing. I get it's not their first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? To have the balls to go out there with a gun.
Yeah, that's
And
scary.
do something like that and put a gun to a kid's head. That's nuts. Like,
Yeah.
That's some serious stuff.
beyond me.
They haven't found them yet, but I bet once they do, they're gonna figure out either they're repeat offenders or maybe, I don't know.
That's a whole other thing that they gotta
got caught
fix
before.
too. The government, these people they're going in, they're getting right out and doing
Yeah.
the exact same thing because there's not a harsh enough punishment for them to be like, oh, it's still worth it for them, right? That's how they're looking at it. Like, oh, it's not a big problem. I'm gonna be out on bail or something like that, or whatever the case may be, right? So there's got to be a lot of changes here, and it's gotta happen soon, right? Otherwise, this stuff isn't gonna stop.
Yeah, and I think there was. Did you want
I
to?
was gonna ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that there's anything that they can do to can anything be done to prevent this going forward
It has to be harsher laws, like
beyond the
only way.
law? Like, what do you think?
Beyond the law,
or people have to be able to defend themselves, whatever it takes.
but that
That's what
goes
I'm
back to
getting
the
at.
law.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's what I'm getting at.
that's what I mean. They have to bring in castle law, right? Like, you should be able to defend your property, right? You should be able to, if someone enters your property, that's
And not
whatever happens,
not necessarily with guns, but whatever. Like with it doesn't have to be like, it could be excessive force because they're coming into your house. They should face the consequences of what their actions are.
Yeah.
If they're coming in with their fists, I should still be able to grab a baseball bat and whack
Bro,
the shit out of them. Like,
I think if anybody comes into your house, I don't think at that point you should be able to tell me what's excessive.
exactly.
I should be able to do whatever I got to do
Yeah.
until I feel safe and until I know my family's safe.
You
right?
paid for this house. You worked hard for this, especially in this country these days. Like,
Yeah,
the
bro, like
housing prices are insane.
You know, like,
I'm gonna defend what I own.
like not for anything, that man in Vaughan, like he lives in a pretty well established area. Like Vaughan was it's a wealthier area for sure, right? And like
He was literally a
something
family
like
man.
that. Yeah, he's a family man. He's a
Business
well-respected
owner.
man in his community. I think he's met Doug before. Like,
Yeah, I think I was reading that it was probably at like some type of small business conference or something because he was a business owner for a duct cleaning service or something like that.
But my point is, like, he established himself up. He moved to a better area, and something like that happened in a better area.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that it should happen in an area like where we're from or anywhere else. But what I'm trying to say is that it definitely should not be happening somewhere like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. They should have like patrol cars, like more patrol cars on the street, so that maybe these people will like sway away from doing this stuff. Like if they see cops patrolling, right? But And then I wanted to go back to the example that we were talking about before about like the catch and release. Like, dude, we've even seen another story in the news recently that I forget how old the guy was, but he basically, I think he was pretty young actually. He's like 25 or something, and he sexually assaulted a 3-year-old next door.
Oh my God.
That's
Like,
disturbing. That's just
this guy was caught doing this to, I think it was a 12-year-old or something. I forget the exact age, but I think, and he got let out 6 months after or something. And
Yeah,
now
he should never
now
see
he goes to
sunlight
do that
again.
Like, and he's not, and he's not shown on any list. No, like
That's
pedophile
disgusting.
list.
That's
Bro,
disgusting from our government.
I got no remorse for that man. I got
No.
no soft spot for that man. Whatever happens to him in jail.
Yeah, but the problem is keeping him in there. I heard there's talks about him getting out on bail.
Already.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's a reliable source or not, but I've heard that there's.
It wouldn't surprise me, man.
Yeah.
This guy
I've seen
left a
crazier things.
this guy left a 3-year-old like beaten, and like basically she would have died if no one found her.
Yeah, that's terrible.
insane.
Like,
There's
come
no
on.
there's no remorse. He should never see sunlight again. And these kind of people, they should not be allowed to walk the streets whatsoever. There should be no kid that deserves that in any country, any world, anywhere. If somebody's doing something like that, lock them up, keep them in there.
And I think like even another point, obviously these people are not getting the help that they need the first time they end up going into our justice systems.
These people, there is no help for them.
You can't help that.
Yeah,
I
there's
guess,
no help
yeah.
for these
He's
guys.
helpless.
You do something like that, I do believe in second chances.
Yeah.
Except for when it's something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But
You
when
don't
it comes to a
deserve-
child,
Yeah, when you're
Yeah,
abusing a child, yeah, you're locked up, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You don't deserve anything. You don't deserve no chance.
you know, a
right?
second chances for someone that went through a stop sign or like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Something-
you know,
something
you might
small.
have made a mistake. You might have been drinking. You might have been doing this, right? But you know what
you
I
can
mean.
learn from something like that. For
Yeah.
something like that, dude, like
No. You're there's more to it than just
yeah,
Yeah.
There's no help. There's
Yeah.
no help in my opinion. No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's help for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he doesn't deserve any of it.
Yeah. That was, I don't know. There's been just too many crazy things going on recently, and
Ontario's been hot.
I think people are getting like really fed up and don't feel safe, and I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely a different place than what it was just even 5-10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we used to grow up playing games, like playing sports on the street. We didn't
Yeah, we were
care who was
outside every
walking by. We
day,
were never scared. Like,
we were young
now-
too. We were out there young, running around, playing sports, playing tag, whatever it was, right? We were outside all day. We far from our houses, we'd be running away from in the forest, there, this neighborhood, that neighborhood. Everything was fine. Everything was safe. Right now, no, these kids they can't be doing that anymore.
Yeah, I felt pretty safe as a younger guy.
Yeah, we never. Yeah, always. Wherever we were, we always felt good, and there was it was a different community. I feel like back then.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot has changed now, and there's got to be change, and it has to be immediate.
Needs to be some drastic change.
Yeah, drastic for sure. I agree with that.
Yeah, so I think like now maybe we can switch over to something a bit more lighthearted and more fan friendly.
Something fun.
There's been a lot of stuff going on in like sports in general recently that they're moving to streaming platforms, and we just wanted to get into a couple of like the recent examples that we've seen, specifically with the UFC, and technically WWE is a sport, so it's sports entertainment, so we
sport,
can
it's a sport.
get into that.
Yeah, I could actually pull up some facts right now.
Yeah, I think we had some of
saved
those ready.
facts here so that we see what's going on.
Yeah.
So we have UFC. They're moving to Paramount Plus in 2026. And basically what it's going to be is you pay $120 per year and you get that's for the full subscription, and you get full access to all fights. And so what do you guys think about that?
I think like 13 pay-per-view fights and 30 fight nights or something like
Yeah,
that.
like
And-
I don't know, like I don't really like the fact that so many of these sports are switching to streaming. But you know what? In all honesty, that one doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because like, let's say you're gonna get a pay-per-view fight, how much are you gonna pay?
Yeah, 70 upwards of $70.
Yeah, 70 bucks. There was times I remember even there was like big guys fighting. It was $100.
Conor.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Conor McGregor. But I remember there was fights where there were $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
$80, right? So to pay $120 and you get to watch every event, that's pretty worth it to me. Especially if you're a UFC fan. I think the fans will like this one actually.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I think Rogan even said it. He's like, after 2 fights, it's pretty much
You're making your money.
Yeah, it's worth it.
free
Yeah.
at that point. Like you got your money's worth.
Yeah, you watch 2 or 3 fights, you're already winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rather
pay-
than pay-per-view.
If you're paying $70 each time, dude. At the end of the year, you're over $1,000.
Yeah, especially if you're like a diehard fan and you really watch every weekend, like every big
and
event,
most people
right?
are, man. If you watch UFC, like you're very serious about it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Right. So you know what? I like that deal, and I think it was good for UFC too. Let me pull that up again. I think they were so they signed 7 years for 7.7 billion.
Yeah. It's guaranteed money.
That's guaranteed money for them.
yeah.
So
I think that's why these platforms are doing this, because it's guaranteed money versus the other way where they have to count on the viewers to tune in, and then that's where they make their money from, right?
yeah, 100%.
And I don't know, I think there are a lot of casual fans. Like I guess I would kind of consider myself a casual fan. Like I like watching the main events and everything, but sometimes if there's like a fight night and it's no name card, I won't watch it.
Yeah, me as well.
You pick and choose the bigger fights.
And like, yeah, I think maybe this UFC one is such a good deal that I would do it, but I feel like once you compound all of these sports going to streaming, like it's kind of hard to justify subscribing to all of these things.
Yeah, that's true, because now it's not just UFC switching. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. It's not just UFC that's switching, actually. There's many other sports that are going on to streaming. But the problem is, like Massimo was just saying, is they're not all on the same streaming site. So you have some on Netflix, you have some on Paramount, you have some on Disney Plus. I don't know where they are, right?
Yeah.
But so it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, if you add all those totals up,
Yeah.
are you really winning?
Yeah.
Right? So that's a big point right there.
And then you have the problem of where are you going to find this fight this night? Where are you going to find this game this night? Like you don't know
Yeah,
where
you
to
don't
find
even
it.
you can't even keep
And
up
You don't
with
know what time it's at.
and that's not good for someone like a 50-year-old man. It's
Yeah,
not, it's not like
exactly.
tech friendly. It's not tech friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
So an elderly person, if they're a big sports fan, you know, they're not gonna know how to go download all these different apps and all these different streaming devices and all that, and be like, oh yeah, let me get this. What's on this? What's on that?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna keep up.
Like
Yeah,
even for
exactly.
myself, like pretty much just watch UFC and like soccer.
Yeah.
Maybe some basketball.
Yeah.
I don't watch too many things hockey once in a while.
Yeah,
Right, but I watch what's on cable.
yeah.
You know, I'm not like I honestly don't even know who streams what. To be honest, there's so many.
Yeah, I don't even know them all
so
either.
many streaming networks now.
Yeah,
I don't know where to go for anything anymore. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, you're right.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. Yeah,
It's like a lot of time to
100%.
look
Yeah.
for it. You want something that's just there almost, right?
I'm the same way. Like I'd rather just turn on the TV and say,
Scroll.
okay, let me go turn on the hockey game. Let me go turn on the basketball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, oh, okay, I gotta go on. Sorry, what was it again? On Netflix for UFC. I gotta go on Paramount for this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's just more convenient.
yeah,
right?
it's way more convenient, and that's the only downside of it.
Yeah, I think people place a really big value on convenience these days. So
That's what it is. Time and convenience is such a huge thing now, and that's what so many people are worried about.
but then again, there is a convenience aspect to streaming as well. Like you can get it on your phone when you're anywhere. You can get it here. Like so, there's a bunch of different ways to look at this.
Yeah.
And but I think if you want to read the WWE one,
Yeah,
like I
that's
think
right,
this
there
one was a bit more tricky.
So we got WWE on Netflix for $15 per month, roughly. Let's say that's Netflix price per month, right?
And that's like Raw, SmackDown, like all their regular.
Yeah, that's just
shows.
Raw and SmackDown
Weekly.
only.
I
Just
think there's other things now. Like there's like NXT. Like it's like
Yeah, so just like
come up
the
people.
okay, yeah, I know
yeah,
NXT.
yeah,
so I don't have the other one was the other one is WWE ESPN, right? So
ESPN
yeah,
Plus, yeah.
so if you want to watch the premium events, that's like WrestleMania,
Yeah, SummerSlam,
SummerSlam,
No Way Out.
Oh No Way Out, all
Whatever.
that stuff.
Yeah,
You gotta go on ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
So look, you gotta download 2 different streaming apps.
yeah. Subscribe to both.
Yeah, subscribe to both.
And now
so,
you're paying for 2.
yeah, ESPN is $30 per month, and Netflix is $15. So we're at $45 per month just to watch wrestling.
And the best part about that is before you were just paying $15 to watch everything on Netflix.
Everything.
Now you're paying $15 a month to watch Monday night, Friday night SmackDown, right? But not even just that, man. It's like it's insane. Like it's not like you're just paying $30 to watch everything. It's not like you're just paying the ESPN price to watch everything.
Yeah.
You're paying for both. You're paying the lower amount and the higher amount.
Yeah.
And now add in, okay, I want to watch my WWE. Let's get both. Let's get ESPN Plus, $30. Let's get Netflix Plus. We're paying $45 a month. Oh, I want to watch UFC now too. Okay,
Yeah.
another $120.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
adds up.
I want to watch.
NBA fans.
Yeah, I
or-
want to watch NBA. Okay, yeah, you got to get your cable now, right?
Yeah, or NBA fans
Or NBA
whatever,
fans. Yeah,
NFL
but you can
Plus.
still watch most like the local
Yeah,
games on
Amazon Prime on NFL or NFL and
Yeah.
Amazon Prime for Thursday nights or something like. It's
Yeah,
just-
even the NHL they have Monday nights. I forget who they have it dedicated to, but their Monday nights are dedicated to one of these streaming apps too.
And the worst part, you can subscribe, and your team might not even be playing on there. Like I think you were giving us some examples.
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
right?
There was one time I wanted to watch the Toronto Maple Leafs on playoffs.
Yeah.
So I got the actual NHL app to watch the game, so I could watch it on my phone or wherever. And I go to watch the game, and it goes, "Oh, this is blackout effect." I live in Toronto, and I can't watch the Toronto game.
Yeah. Like
and I
that-
paid for the
that-
subscription.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
one
outrageous.
is crazy.
I couldn't believe it.
It's
Yeah.
almost like you'd rather just pay a premium on your TV plan for the month.
Yeah, it might
And
even be
everything's
more
available,
worth
and how they distribute the money is like a different story. But
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
it
exactly.
would just be easy, man. You just want something that's just like all there.
Yeah, it's
you know?
all just all there. You click on what, like you said, you turn on your TV, whatever's there. You want to watch everything there.
Like if I know there's a hockey game on Monday, I want to see it there. you
That's
know?
what I mean.
Like I don't want to be looking for it here. I don't want to be looking for it there. I just
No.
want to watch it. That's
Yeah.
it.
And at what point do you want to put the like the fans' opinions higher than just profit? You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
like right now it just seems like they just want guaranteed profit, whatever. But I mean, I'm sure they were doing good without this type of setup before.
Yeah, these sports, mainly like these big sports, NBA, NHL, like they've been going on forever. It's like they've been making a lot of income, right? So like for them to all be switching to these streaming devices is crazy. Like everything just is in a business perspective, and we understand that. But it's like you said, without the fans, there is no business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like there's got to be a spot in the middle there where people are. Where they're coming together and they're getting to an agreement to help everybody, you know what I mean? But this world, not day and age, with everything, with food, with business, with sports, everything is just business now, and it's gotten a little out of control too.
On top of that, TKO parent company for WWE and UFC, and they're doing that's basically 3 separate streaming platforms for just one company technically.
Crazy.
Like they're just making all that money, and like I guess the one thing I would say is Dana White worked really hard to be where he is.
He did. Yeah, he did. I
it's
give
a
him credit
very
for
big,
sure.
Very big payoff for him, and like it's good to see someone working that. Like this guy was, I think when he bought UFC, $10 million in debt or something. He did
Wow.
it with, I forget what the brothers were called. He was with some brothers partnered with the Furtada brothers or something like
it's
that.
Italian guys.
Something like that.
But yeah, like to see him get where he is now, like he's one of the best businessmen in the world.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
he
Like-
knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's everything's been working for him. It looks like.
And I like
anyways.
that dude. He's confident as a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a confident
exactly.
guy, man.
On top of that, though, like I'm sorry, Dana, but I'm gonna illegally stream these things. Like,
Yeah, might as well.
But you know what? Like, I think the UFC deal is still a lot better than
Yeah,
the
for
WWE
sure.
deal.
No,
For sure.
that one makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you said, especially like for someone in my case, like I wouldn't mind doing that because I
Yeah,
don't
it's
watch
fair.
I don't watch WWE and I don't watch most of the sports that I watch are on TV.
Yeah.
I mostly watch NHL and NBA and things like that. So that I have on cable.
Yeah.
Right. So for me to purchase UFC for someone like me, a fan like me,
$10 a month.
Yeah,
It's nothing.
it's worth it,
Yeah.
right? So that's 100% worth it. But
Yeah.
like you guys were saying, for other people who are into so many different things, a big sports general fan, right?
Yeah.
Then that's where you have the issue.
Yeah,
sorry.
they're gonna go get IPTV.
Yeah, like I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm-
for sure. IPTV all the way.
We're gonna go visit the guy in
top of the street.
yeah.
$10
in the flea
a
market.
month, and you got everything.
Yeah, give me the best box you got.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I want everything in one place, and I'm paying
Yeah.
way less.
Yeah, you might
Everything's
get a
there.
little bit of buffering, but hey,
Even
10
your
bucks a
cable's
month.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even your cable's there. Just
yeah.
get the best Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
just get better Wi-Fi.
I just wonder if like this is gonna. I mean, maybe for UFC it'll help out in terms of piracy and like illegal streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
But-
know what? I think so because I think a lot of people are going to be for it. You know what I mean? I think
It's a fair
worth it.
price.
It's a fair
Yeah.
price.
Fair price.
Yeah.
You get a
Yeah,
lot.
Yeah.
Literally, what Rogan said after two fight nights,
Yeah.
it's
Get your money back.
It's a win, man.
And
if you're-
special events,
Yeah, if you're already a Paramount person, you already have Paramount,
Yeah.
and you're a UFC fan on
Yeah.
top of that, you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah, you have
know what
other
I mean?
stuff too, right? You
Because
have,
then
like,
you got
other
your other shows that you like
Yeah.
on there already, your other movies, whatever it may be, and then it's like, oh nice, now I got UFC coming here
Yeah.
too. It's a
Yeah.
win-win, right?
Yeah,
So
and
for
they might
sure.
actually gain fans from it,
I think so.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they will for sure.
You'll take those fans because
Yeah.
sometimes people are just on TV and they just want to watch something.
Yeah.
They don't know what they want to watch. You know.
Yeah, so people who are already on there might just pick,
Yeah.
you know what, let me give it a try. Let me watch this fight,
Yeah.
right? And then they might get into it, right? So yeah, it's a good
Next thing you know, you're at a UFC fight with the fucking finger.
cool.
Yeah.
Number one fan. You know?
Yeah. But I think like one thing that's good about streaming is that's kind of where technology is going, right? Like they can probably build some different functions in that you wouldn't be able to do necessarily on cable. Like throw up live player stats when at one point or whatever, you know, like stuff like that, or maybe even customize your feed, like Instagram does, like TikTok does, with an algorithm, so that it shows you what you want to watch. Maybe you're gonna miss something one night and it pops up on the screen.
Bro, eventually you'll probably even be able to gamble while you're watching a fucking game on
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
They're gonna come up with all these things, and that's what people are gonna go for. That's another thing that's gotten huge, is gambling, sports gambling, right? So
Yeah.
there's someone's gonna try it. Someone's gonna try to put it together, right?
Yeah, a
you're,
company that
yeah,
just
you're
has
watching
everything.
it. It pops up in the corner, like you were saying, right?
Yeah.
You just Yeah, I go whatever it is.
Like
Go
I
over
said,
the under.
I'm not a big tech guy, but I guarantee these young kids, they're gonna have like 3 screens up. You're gonna have sports betting on this one. All on the
Yeah,
same. It's
yeah.
all on the same website.
Yeah.
Like everything's there. You're
Yeah.
watching the game.
Yeah,
You know, you're in a live chat. Sorry,
yeah,
it's nuts.
yeah. So even another way is, there's a big game going on. We all go out for a drink. We say, let's go watch the game at a local bar or something like that, right? Is this bar gonna have that streaming app?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Are they gonna pay that subscription, right? Are they gonna do that, or are we gonna be losing that now at the local bar, right? Like, are these bars gonna be able to afford that?
See, my thing is if it's like a place like Jack Astor's, like
Yeah.
something like a bigger bar that's very reputable, hard
Franchise.
to get in,
Yeah.
busy, making
Yeah, they're
money,
making
right?
money. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right? They're gonna have everything because they want their customers there.
Yeah.
for sure.
But-
Yeah, they'll have
They
it.
can
Bro,
afford it.
There's some guys like us that just they just want a bar just to like go there and socialize, just
Yeah, your
smoke,
local-
vibe,
Yeah.
have a cheap beer, like
Yeah, the owner's working the bar.
yeah, the owner's working the bar, he's there, like
yeah,
he's
your
just
local,
passionate about it.
your local bar.
He might not have everything, bro. Like some of those guys, they just make enough to stay open and
Yeah.
pay their bills.
Yeah.
and sometimes they're probably barely like they're probably stretching their last couple bucks.
Yeah,
to
for
keep everything
sure.
Going.
Yeah, so they're gonna play what's it's on. They might get that pay-per-view fight, right? If there's a
Yeah.
big enough crowd, they're gonna play every NBA, every NHL game that's on cable, right? But now if this stuff shifts to that, are they gonna be able to pay all these monthly fees, right?
They might even do like a tournament like at a small bar like that, just to like subsidize the fee, just to pay for that pay-per-view event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Subscription.
Because those local ones, it's the same people in there, right? And they're going in there for these kind of things.
The same dudes.
Same guys in there. Everyone's close. It's like a little community in there, right? You know how these local
Bob,
bars are.
Frank,
Yeah.
what's going on,
Yeah,
man?
yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? So basically now it's like those little communities in those nice little bars might get ruined now, right? Because people, if it doesn't work out, the owner's like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I can't get your game on. I can't
Yeah.
do this. I can't. They're gonna go elsewhere, right?
Yeah. Guess what? They're
So-
not buying drinks. They're not bringing people there.
Yeah.
And
Bar shuts down,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Next week,
that's
and
it.
Bob's not gonna be there.
and Bob's your uncle.
Normal Frank.
Yeah.
Normal Frank.
Yeah, no more Frank.
Yeah. And then one thing I think we forgot to touch on that I wanted to talk about was I wonder who's getting the better end of this deal. Like if it's gonna be the UFC, WWE, all these companies for like the revenue that they're gonna or the guaranteed income that they're gonna get from this, or if it's gonna be ESPN, Prime Video, Disney Plus, whatever it is, not Disney Plus, but whatever, the streaming websites from the ad revenue that they'll get or something. And like, will companies pay more to have their ads on these platforms, or would they have paid more to have it on cable?
My thing is who's getting the ad revenue? Is it still going to UFC? Is it going to the broadcaster?
I would assume that it's on their platform, so like they would probably be getting most of it.
You know what? I think that
Depends.
between the sports and the streaming, I think both of them are winning. I think that's why they made these deals, right?
Yeah, that's true.
These are big streaming sites. These are big sports. Both a lot of money involved, and I think both of them wouldn't make a deal unless they're both getting something out of it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a win-win, right? Like like you said, there's going to be a lot of ads getting approached to them now.
yeah.
People are going to want to put more ads because you have the biggest fighter in the UFC fighting this weekend.
yeah.
Oh, can we throw some commercials with you
Yeah.
guys? Yeah, sure, bring them in, right? And then same thing with you guys are playing that soccer game. Yeah, can we throw in some ads? Like, you know what I mean? That there's gonna be a lot of viewers there, right? So I think both of them are gonna be getting something out of this.
I think at the end of the day, though, it all comes down to how many people are actually going to end up subscribing and like
Yeah,
like,
that's the
tuning
main
in.
thing. That's
Yeah.
the main thing, right?
So
Is the viewership, right?
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like who knows if it's going to work out for them or not?
Yeah.
Like, or if these streaming companies are paying too much for these people to host these events.
So there's definitely like, let me pull this up again. There's definitely got to be like, some statistic research behind this, right? For them to be paying, where was it here? We have them paying the UFC 7.7 billion.
Yeah, for
That,
7
yeah, like
years.
that's not pocket change that we're just throwing around, right?
Yeah.
So there's been some
research for
research
sure.
on this, and there's something that they see, right?
Yeah, they have a whole department.
They have a
dedicated to
whole
researching
department
this stuff.
dedicated
And like
to
we
see.
said, Dana's not a stupid guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. No. Oh, for sure, he won that. No doubt.
Yeah.
He's no matter what happens, he's getting 7.7
Yeah,
billion.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Whether
and
the company falls off the face of the earth,
Yeah,
that money's his.
Yeah.
bringing Dana back into it, and he actually said, "This benefits me. This benefits my fighters. This benefits my fans."
Yeah.
He said there's going to be a
Bigger bonuses.
More
bigger
revenue,
bonuses,
yeah,
more
because
revenue,
more
right?
revenue,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know what? I think UFC is the most one that makes sense here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And that's my opinion.
Out of all of them, that's like the
the
highest
only
chance
one.
I would.
Yeah,
subscribe
that's the
to
only
that.
one. The other one's no
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything for today.
Guys,
We
do
have
not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
we have some very exciting stuff coming, hopefully. So
Stay
just
tuned.
Stay tuned.
tuned.
in.
Yeah. And we appreciate you guys for watching. And like Massimo said, stay tuned because there's some stuff you're going to want to see.
All love. See you soon.
Thanks, guys.